Leah Arcand, thanks so much for speaking with us. Can you start off by telling us about Save Rez Dogs and when the organization was founded and what the organization does?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, I'm Leah Arcand, and Save Rez Dogs is an Indigenous-led advocacy and education initiative focused on long-term community-driven solutions for ethical animal welfare and safety in First Nations communities. And I started doing the foster fundraising work while I was teaching in Thunderchild in 2017 and 18, and I launched my Facebook page in 2019.
Right on, thank you for that. Leah, can you talk about what inspired you to create Save Rez Dogs?
For sure. So I'm a full-time teacher, and at the time I was teaching a land-based program called Mi'kmaq for grade 7-8 girls in 2017, and that was the same year that I got my first puppy. So I just sort of intersected, being a first-time adult pet owner and trying to teach my students the same stuff that I was learning as well, for responsible pet ownership. And along with that, I was fostering community dogs around the school at the same time. And I was seeing the gaps in systemic care for animals on the res, because I saw that the Band-Aid solutions at the time was having a cull or getting a rescue to come and pick up dogs, or just having a sign up at the gas bar door to say keep your dogs tied up. And so those don't align with our cultural teachings, and they're not sustainable. So those things just really opened my eyes, and I just wanted to get more involved to be a voice for Rez Dogs.
Being the first Indigenous animal advocacy group in Saskatchewan, what are some of the ways Save Rez Dogs changed dogs' lives so far?
What I've seen so far that's been really cool is seeing people in their communities, on and off for their communities, wanting to get involved in helping animals, and people, women especially, starting their own rescues on reserve, which is community-led. It's very grassroots, and getting support from their elected leadership. So I've seen that around Saskatchewan about half a dozen times, which has been really awesome. And plus I see a shift in the way we're thinking about Rez Dogs, and that it's a systemic issue, but it's also a human behavior issue as well. So that shift is happening. And because of that, dogs are being put on the agendas, which is great because they've been ignored and overlooked for so long, which leads to overpopulation and safety concerns. So it's a lot more people are definitely talking about dogs.
Leah, last month it was announced that Save Rez Dogs is now officially incorporated. Congratulations on that. What will that bring for the organization?
Thank you. It just means that, to me, putting 6 years into this grassroots initiative just proves its longevity and that it's needed. And I decided to incorporate it just to protect our name, and to also level up in terms of bigger projects, bigger events, and getting us out there more. So I'm really excited for that because there's so much support nationwide, international a little bit, and people really want to support the cause in a good way because we are Indigenous-led, and we're still grassroots, even if we're still incorporated. Nothing much has changed. We're just going to go for the funding to provide more programming and events.
That's great. Happy to hear. Finally, Leah, what are some of the ways people can support Save Rez Dogs in their own communities?
For sure. I think the first thing right now is to pay attention around the dogs in your area, and whether if you're off reserve, you can still have a voice. And if you really want to get involved, find your people to start a committee to make the change, because the changes is going to happen within community and getting the support from elected leadership. And that's where the change will really happen. And also to support like local rescues that do want to work with Indigenous people, because right now there is a bit of a crisis in rescues because they're burnt out and there's a lot of work being there's a lot of like call outs for rescues to come in and like kind of clean up the dogs, but that's not sustainable and it leads to burnout. And if some rescues, they just want to focus on dogs and not really, leave long-term solutions, and that can be pretty harmful for us. So we just need to start paying attention to our communities. So outsiders, can just kind of know their role and kind of get involved when they're asked and follow protocol and be respectful. And then it'll be a good form of reconciliation. So to support Save Rez Dogs is just to pay attention and to speak up and do what you can and what you can commit to.
Leah Arcand is the founder of Save Rez Dogs. Leah, thank you so much for your time, and please come back on the show again.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much.